Hello, welcome to Tare Overtakes the World. So what exactly is Tare Overtakes the World? Well, Tare Overtakes the World stands for three things. My middle name is Tare, which is an Igharo name that translates into God's love. So Tare Overtakes the World means love overtakes the world. And I do strongly believe that because I see that love is in every action, every inaction, every thought, and every aspect of human expression. Then the second meaning is Tare, me, overtaking the world. I'm just doing my best to leave my mark in the world's history and have an effect on the world's timeline. And then thirdly, Tare, over takes on the world. That one is like a wordplay, anagram sort of name. And OVER stands for optimistic and very enthusiastically romantic takes on the world. So it will be Tare as my optimistic and very enthusiastically romantic takes on the world. So those are the three meanings of Tare that takes the world. But essentially, this channel was created by me. I'm someone who has a very big interest in filmmaking, and I'm combining my interest in filmmaking with my passion for love, and love in all forms and aspects, and fusion, so madness and madness combination. I fuse them together in order to create this amazing channel. So sit back, relax, and please join me for the rest of the ride. So today's video is going to be the first of a series which I'm naming the Hypothesis series. I'm a science student and I believe that I should be able to express myself both creatively and scientifically. And one big part of science is putting together a research project. And even it's not just even about science. All university students, at least here in Nigeria, are required to put together a research project for their final year. Some people even put together research projects during their course of study, not just limited to final year. And then over your university and even secondary school experiences, you write tons of essays and articles. So yeah, this is basically my version of an essay or article, but I'm fusing it together with my love for filmmaking, which is why I'm now here sitting in front of a video and talking. Besides, I'm a big yapper, so this is like, oh, just do something you're very passionate about, mix together a bunch of things you're passionate about. So so this is Hypothesis series, and the Hypothesis series is basically me taking a concept or a topic, an idea, and then just expanding on it, doing research on it academically, scientifically, finding out the history of whatever that concept is, and bringing it into the context of media, pop culture, and also the Nigerian perspective, because I'm proudly Nigerian, green, white, green. Anyways, so today's video, which is the first of the series, is going to be titled The Love Hypothesis. I'm sure you're like, what is this girl's deal with love? But as I've already explained, love is like my brand. So without further ado, let's get into the video. It's supposed to anyways. So my introductory statement, because I always give an introductory statement. In secondary school, they taught you the basic essay of basic outline of an essay is introduction, body, conclusion. So the introduction is always important because it's your introduction that grabs your reader, and in this case it's the introduction that will grab the audience, so prepare to be grabbed. Love exists all around us. It is in every aspect of the human experience, and it is in every second of the human timeline. Strong statement, right? Anyways, but I only find myself wondering about it. I find myself asking, what exactly is it about love that makes it so powerful, so interesting, so riveting, so intriguing that we have to question it? So many people ask about it. We wonder about it every time. People talk about it a lot. And why do we seek it as human beings? And in the course of this video, I'm going to be working around proving the hypothesis, because I'm always right, so I'm not disproving myself. I'm proving the hypothesis that love is an integral part of the human experience. and I'm going to be looking at it from the point of view of history, philosophy, science, pop culture, and of course the Nigerian perspective. So at this point, you gotta sit back, relax, maybe pause the video, go and get yourself a cup of tea, a drink, a snack, and if you like me, maybe get food. Just sit back and enjoy this video. I need to drink water before I start. Drink water. This video is proudly sponsored by water in a glass cup. Refreshing. Anyways, so when talking about the concept of love, I prefer to start from the word itself, L-O-V-E. What exactly is the etymology of this word? Why do we call it love? Why do we call it sand? Like, I stand you, I am in sand with you, etc. Why was it called love? Love, love, love. Well, the four-letter word is derived from the Proto-Indo-European root lobe, meaning to care or desire. The same root forms part or full of the words belief, believe, follow, libido, lovely, and live. It is also believed to be sourced from the Sanskrit babhaya and lobhaya, the Persian hahiftan, the Latin lubet, Old European Slavonic lubu, Russian ljubit, and Old English lufu. And from this we can infer that love has so many meanings, but so many words that define it, but they all mean the same thing: to cherish, to adore, to care, or to desire. Now, this means that love has in many ways been referenced in human history. I mean, every country, every language has its own word for love. There's no language in the world that is known that does not have a definition or a word that they use to describe the concept of love. Now, historically, or in this case philosophically, love has been referenced many times in human history and has been studied by many philosophers and I guess we call them history people. But anyways, in the pre-Socratic period, Empedocles defined love as a fundamental cosmic. He believed that love, which he called philautes, was the force of attraction and combination that brought together the elements in opposition to strife, which is called nieko. So Empedocles saw that there were two main, or assumed or thought that there were two main cosmics, philautes and nieko. And philautes was about bringing it together, while nieko was about taking apart. So he saw love as bringing together, combination, while nieko was about let's go our separate ways. In the Socratic period, Plato in the Symposium talks about love from the perspective of 6 speakers. Now, the Symposium is this book by Plato. Plato was a researcher, was Greek, yeah, and he wrote the Symposium, and then he had 7 speakers in it, and then each of them were like discussing. So it's a weird read, but you know, he had a lot of time then. You know, people, they had time then. They do a lot. There are 24 hours, not 24 hours we have today. Anyways, his first speaker, Phaedrus, claimed that love is a god, and love gives the greatest good and guidance. Pausanias, the second speaker, calls for the distinction between heavenly and earthly love. While heavenly love is noble, earthly love is not and acts on lust, which can cause one to be a slave to passion. Eryximachus agrees with Pausanias and believes that the double love that is earthly and heavenly love extends over all things. Animals, hey! Odudu has come, sorry. Animals, plants, and humans. So Eryximachus was saying that it's not just humans that feel love. Plants feel love, animals feel love too, and humans. Then he now said that we have within our bodies good and bad love, and medicine is the art of teaching the body the difference between the two. Anyways, that one was just besides the point, but it's still on love, so good opinion. Aristophanes, the fourth speaker, believed that humans were originally beings with 2 faces, 4 hands, and 4 legs. And then when Zeus vexed, as usual, he cut humans in half, and then people spend their lives in search of their missing half. So Eros, the god of love, is like tasked with helping people find their other half, which is their spiritual kin. So it's like, oh, you need to be together with that person to become whole. But Socrates was like, I don't quite agree with what you're saying, because he said that love is neither for the half or for the whole, but love has an aim that is not a person, but it's something immaterial which enables an anchor within ourselves. So Socrates was saying that it's not about finding your missing half. So you can't say that, oh, you feel complete when you're with someone. He was saying that it's about what is within you, and then the search for immaterial things such as goodness, grace, and peace or contentment. You know, it's deep stuff. Anyways, the sixth speaker that spoke on love, that's Alcibiades. Alcibiades didn't really speak on love. He declared love for Socrates. Was like, I'm a warrior, I'm a bad guy, but like this Socrates guy, I don't know why I feel love for you, bro. Like, I love you. I'm in love with you. And Socrates was like, gee, thanks, but like, maybe the love you think you see in me is within you. So Socrates basically said that the love we seek in others is within us, and that is something I'm going to hold and stand by. Now, Plato later on, in other writings, he later discussed love in a negative state, and he saw it as an irrational behavior conditioned by lust and desire. Maybe they showed him shaggy love, perhaps. But Socrates now spoke to him, was like, guy, now, it's not fair. So Plato was like, Socrates made some good points. I don't know the point Socrates made, but he was like, that's fair. Inasasha said, Sha changed his mind. Nasa said that true love is a divine one as long as it is connected with virtue, justice, modesty, inspiration, enthusiasm, and self-control, only occurring when lovers bring each other their best godlike qualities. Now that was beautiful. Let's say the truth, it was beautiful. Because it's about you bringing out the best in the other person and trying your best to be the best version of yourself with the other person. Oh, that's so cute. Anyways, now following the death of Plato, Aristotle, who always gives an opinion on everything, like, he said that he just spoke about love, and he spoke about love as philia, and philia is a friendship like love. So let's leave the Greek bros aside. Now, in the Christian period, St. Paul defines love in his letter to the Corinthians under the definition agape, which is unconditional love. Now, this unconditional love is the type of love that Christians believe is given by Jesus Christ, who sacrificed himself for the sins of the world. I believe that. Now, in the letter to the Corinthians, Paul said in 1 Corinthians 13:4-7, love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Now, the ideology of agape love is that is only the love that God can give to us because it's unconditional. As human beings, we are not capable of giving unconditional love, but I believe that it is still possible for us to try. I mean, you gotta try your best, your possible best. So if we try our best to portray love according to the guidelines that have been given by St. Paul in 1 Corinthians, you should still be doing a pretty good job so far. Now, in the Enlightenment period, a philosopher, writer, composer, artist, clinical, everything. He was the everything guy. There's that one person that does everything. And you're like, can you pick a struggle? Now, his name was Jean-Jacques Rousseau. And I'm just going to say it again because my French pronunciation is on point. Yeah. Jean-Jacques Rousseau. Now, he said that he proposed that true love entails three things: a common ground in the world, outlook, enthusiasm, and benevolence. Now, he also said that love is a goodness that works for and has its origin in the balanced nature of a person. And on this, I want to speak on something like that balanced nature of a person is that it has its origin in the balanced nature of a person. So you have to be balanced before you can say that you can show people love. Balance yourself first. Don't be unbalanced and then go and be showing love, because you will not be showing proper love. There are a lot of people that let me calm down. But there are a lot of people that aren't really very balanced within. And by balance, I feel like you should have attained a certain level of self-fulfillment in a way, before you can really say that you would put yourself in a position to love other people. And not even just romantically, even for your friends. You gotta balance yourself within before you show love to your friends. Because if you treat people anyhow just because they're your friends, it's still not good. It's not a vibe. It's not a vibe. Anyways, in the modern period, everyone's fave, not so fave. Can you guess? Okay, Sigmund Freud. So Sigmund Freud, who is best known on his hot takes on attraction to parents, he saw love as dependent on the solution between the internal solution of the internal conflict between drive and desire. And Sigmund Freud is known for his id, ego, and superego theories and etc. etc. I can read more on that. But you're saying that love is a balance, is a solution. It's that there needs to be a solution between the fight that is happening between your drive and your desire. And this shall form the basis of his transference love theory. And his transference love theory is what makes him popular. I mean, what makes him quite known more to everyone else that's not really in the field. Now, that's basically saying that this is a very, very basic summary. You can go and read what he actually wrote, but this is a very basic summary. And he said that we try to replicate the love that we have with our mothers in our adult lives, and if we try to extend it a bit, we try to sort of replicate the love that we had in our childhood, that's from your parents and maybe your family members in our adult lives. And let's not lie, as hot take as it is with Edifius we had to cut to commercial break. But thankfully we are back. They have brought the lights. Nigeria, wow. Anyways guys, it's fine. I was talking about Sigmund Freud and how basically his transference love theory is trying to say that we seek the love that we have in our childhood, in our adulthood. And that's facts, because I was talking to my dad about this. And my dad's probably not the best person I should have talking to about Sigmund Freud, because it's like proven theory. It's not proven theory. But the truth is that a lot of the people nowadays, or some people that I even know, there's some type of love that they portray that you actually have to ask yourself, will you really love that too? Because, okay, scientifically you have to ask, like, what is the background behind this? It's giving, I had shady love growing up. Now I seek shady love as an adult. But anyways, that's just my opinion. It's not fact yet. Anyways, now we've heard from all these philosophy bros and all these opinions, Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, so everybody and their names, and Jean-Jacques Rousseau. They are just basically saying that love is such a complex emotion that it just means that a lot of people are trying to talk about it and they're wondering about it, they're boggled, they're like, what exactly is it about? Like, I need to define it. And that just solidifies its existence, because thousands of years have come and gone since Abi, sorry, I'm so bad with names, I'm really sorry. But since Empedocles walked and wrote on the earth, but his words and his contribution and his opinions on love still stand, or well, have informed other decisions. So love is like, it's changing, but it's such a part of the world's history. Now, I'm a woman of science, as I've already established, so it's important for me to not just consider the philosophical origin, which is also in itself related to science, but also the scientific perspective of love. Now, what are my science bros saying? Now, in a paper published in the Perspective of Psychological Science journal, love is contemplated from the psychological science perspective. And now, studies grounded in prototype models like those utilized by Dr. Fair have implied that the provision of a framework for thinking about the many varied states and experiences that people often describe with the love of God. Now, there have also behavioral manifestations of love evident in many different species, which is also sort of confirming what one of the speakers in Plato's Symposium was saying, that love happens with animals, plants, and humans. So science is confirming it too, that humans, animals, other species of organisms, and you know what a species is, right? Like humans are Homo sapiens, animals are like whatever they are. There's your genus, and then there's the species name. Man, I'm such a science girl. You know. Let me just keep the scientific bars. God. I'm sorry. Let me get back to being serious. Now, human love exists in two forms: compassionate love and companionate love. Now, did I say compassionate? Sorry. It exists in two forms: passionate love and companionate love. Now, passionate love is linked with arousal and novelty. And according to the self-expansion theory proposed by Aaron Paris and Aaron in 1995, the exhilaration and intense arousal characteristics of passionate love arise from the rapid growth of self in new love relationships. And you know, when you're looking at it from a psychological perspective, like, they consider the individual to be the self, and you know, your mind, you build yourself up basically, and then you have to, you know, strengthen your mind and etc. I'm not really well versed in psychology, so I can't be making very, very profound statements that should be taken as facts. So all of this is opinion, this is a warning. Now, basically, our actions and the things that happen in our environment influence our self. So it's either you're building yourself up or you're bringing yourself down. And according to the self-expansion theory, the exhilaration and intense arousal which characterize passionate love, you know, that joy, that desire for the other person, or the desire in this case may not even be sexual, but passionate love is closely associated with romantic love, and it is because there's a rapid growth of self. It's just something about being with another person that builds you up. That's what psychology is saying. And companionate love is more closely related to non-romantic love types like familial love, friendships, and the rest. Now, according to another article in the Harvard Gazette, love can be chemically seen as the result of the action of neurotransmitters such as dopamine and serotonin, and hormones such as oxytocin and cortisol. And the International Science Council agrees with this and classifies romantic love into three phases: lust, attraction, and attachment. And each of these phases, there's a different cocktail of neurotransmitters that like work to elicit different responses. Now, basically, what is a neurotransmitter? A neurotransmitter is a chemical substance that leads to... I did a course on nervous system last semester, so I know what I'm saying. But a neurotransmitter is a chemical substance that basically carries information for your body to do. I'm putting this in as layman terms as possible so that it's easy to understand whether or not you have a science background. But neurotransmitters, basically, they have two main functions. They're either excitatory or they're depressors. Now, excitatory, they increase body actions, they increase heartbeat, blood flow, etc. They lift mood, elevate mood, while depressors or lift or downers, they lower. So now, this is also related to like drugs, and you know, there are drugs that increase your moods, whatever. Anyways, in love, there's an increase in excitatory neurotransmitters because the person is excited. You know that your heart's beating fast, and you feel fuzzy in your stomach, and you feel like, oh, everything. Yeah, all of that is neurotransmitters and hormones just making you so hot and bothered. Anyway. So yeah, and that is what love is scientifically. So, and I feel like all of this just confirms the fact that love is quite integral to the human identity, because human beings are considered as social creatures, and because love exists in every form of social interaction, you cannot be a social creature without having love, because love is not just about romantic love and, you know, feelings and boyfriend and girlfriend or whatever, all of that. It's also about like showing care, showing affection for other people even and even for yourself. So it's very necessary. Now in modern times and in pop culture, like love is such a prevalent theme in film, in music, in writing. Everywhere there's love. Like there's sometimes that you can't even go outside and you'll not be bombarded by love in some way, or you can't go online without being bombarded by love. And this has been made very more prevalent with the commercialization and celebration of Valentine's Day. Now Valentine's Day, which is celebrated on February 14th, and as far as I'm concerned, it should be considered a public holiday, but for some reason it's not. Anyways, Valentine's Day is a celebration of love, and it stems from a history and the historical overview of Valentine's Day is that it's based on celebrating the actions of a saint, Saint Valentine. There are two, so nobody's really sure which exact one, but both of them lived in a time where the emperor was doing whatever he wanted to do. So in one version of the Saint Valentine experience or explanation, it was that he used to marry people together because people were not allowed to get married because single people focus on fighting war. So if you are single, you should probably go to army and go and fight war. That's what that emperor was saying. And you can't even get married. So Saint Valentine was marrying people secretly so that they will not go to war, and so that they can be with their beloved. So he got arrested, and before he was beheaded, because he died, before he was beheaded, he wrote a letter to the daughter of the jailer who he had fallen in love with, which is how the old writing letters on Valentine's Day thing came to be. So the other Saint Valentine, he used to help Christians that were being persecuted by the emperor at that time. So no one is sure which one exactly is being celebrated on February 14th. Another thing is that the date itself sort of coincides. It happens around the time of the pagan festival Lupercalia, and Lupercalia was a celebration of fertility. You can read more about it. Interesting festival, as with a lot of other holidays. There was a sort of Christianization of these pagan festivals that were celebrated at specific times, and they fused in Christian cultures and concepts into the practice at that time. So Lupercalia was outlawed, Valentine was instituted as a celebration of love. So that's just besides the point. But as I was saying, in modern times, the media is so full of celebration of love, love everywhere. Love in books, love in series, love in everything. Now, the media contains both stereotypical and non-stereotypical ideologies of love, and these ideologies have expanded the concept of love. And some of these ideologies include: one, the creation of the concept of love languages, which was proposed by Gary Chapman in a book he wrote. And Gary Chapman was basically saying there are 5 basic languages of love: physical touch, words of affirmation, acts of service, quality time, and gifting. So language is about communication, expressing. So it was like these are the ways that some people express their own love. Like this is their go-to expression of love, and this is the best way they understand that they are being loved. So some people, they mix it. Some people, they stick to one. It's physical touch they like to give. It's physical touch they like to receive. Others, they give words of affirmation. They receive physical touch. They receive acts of service. Some people, they speak all 5 languages fluently. Some 2 or 3. They can get by in all 5, but they are fluent in only 2 or 3. Whatever your cocktail is, in this case, whatever your mocktail is, you mix it, you drink it, you enjoy it, love it for yourself. Just find the language that works best for you and best for you to feel comfortable expressing and receiving love, basically. Another ideology that is prevalent now is the concept of tropes. You literally cannot read anything nowadays without tropes. I used to be a trope fan, but now it's just getting out of hand because people focus too much on the tropes rather than on the actual story. Like, you go on TikTok now and you want to look at book talk. I'll ban book talk. I don't listen to them again because it's frustrating. So you go to TikTok and you're looking at videos, and you've seen comments, is it enemies to lovers, is this kidney condition? Like, there's too much focus on tropes now that people fail to like the story for the story. But that's just my opinion. Anyways, but I still like tropes, sha. Like, I guess in the general. But what exactly is a trope? A trope is a conventional context of a plot that usually defines the narrative in a book or a film. So that is the basic plot, and it's just bold. It's a bunch of words. Now, in love, or mostly the tropes that we have in love are mostly romantic. So in romantic love tropes, we have examples like friends to lovers, enemies to lovers, forbidden love, fake dating, marriage or convenience, etc., etc., etc. Brother's best friend, sister's best friend, best friend's boyfriend, best friend's brother. Please, oh, best friend's boyfriend is not a trope. Maybe it is, oh. Maybe it is. I wouldn't know. I don't read that, but it probably is. I won't be surprised. Anyways, my favorite trope is actually enemies to lovers, but like a sub trope of enemies to lovers, which is rivals to lovers. I love rivals to lovers. There's nothing like a little bit of competition to put a little bit of spice in a love story. But that's besides the point. Now, authors like Jane Austen, Shakespeare, and the Bronte sisters, they established the foundations of love in modern literature, and I'm only using them as examples because they're the guys I'm very much accustomed to. There are others across Europe and North America that you can read about. Great work. And they solidified the notions of romantic fiction. They were not the only ones, they were part of the system. Now, in the field of non-fiction and poetry, authors like Bell Hooks, James Baldwin, and Maya Angelou, they weave tales of love laced with realities from the world around them. I've recently gotten into reading non-fiction, and non-fiction is really beautiful because it's about combining what you want to talk about, like something that you want to talk about, and then like bringing in the reality of the world around you. So it's like such a beautiful expression of how you see things, and that's basically what I want to do. I want to find a way of taking the world the way I see it and giving it to other people to also express the world the same way I am expressing it. To experience the world the same way I experience it. So yeah, this is non-fiction. This is non-fiction, I guess, in a way. But notable figures in recent times include Julia Quinn, Nora Roberts, Emily Henry, Colleen Hoover, Bolu Babalola, Chimamanda Ngozi Adiche, Ayanna Lloyd Bennett, and Chimeka Garris, just to name a few. And whether it is romantic, familial, self-love, or love in view of grief, love in view of therapy, love in view of angst, modern authors have made it their own in different narratives, which is beautiful. In music, love is a driving force for many Billboard hits, and heartbreak, which is a very, very big part of love. Yes, heartbreak is a part of love. Heartbreak is a very popular motivation. We have popular artists like Taylor Swift, Charlie Puth, and Ed Sheeran, just to name a few, who have made their names in lyrical masterpieces that just center around love. And here in Nigeria, sensations like Davido, Fireboy, Thames, and Arasta, they have found a way to even infuse this love into the Afrobeats too. And I love that a lot because it's one thing to make a love story, make it soulful, deep. But I love when love stories are being infused into other genres of music that are not so conventional. I'm not saying that Afrobeat is not conventional music, but I really hope you can understand what I'm saying. Yeah, so I love the way love is being infused into Afrobeats. We are very romantic people here in Nigeria, so it's only right. And some artists and songs I personally love and I would love to recommend. Yeah, I'm recommending music because I'm big on music. I have playlists, and I'll also be linking some of my playlists in the comment section below for Spotify and Apple Music users. Now, some songs that I really enjoy, Nigerian, because if I go into international, we'll not finish today. But Nigerian, just a few songs or albums that I really enjoy. We have the Cavemen's Ifunaya, we have the Asha's Lucid album, and basically anything from Asha's discography, 10 over 10 artist. We have anything from Johnny Drill, because Johnny Drill is so talented, and that's literally one of the pioneers, not the pioneer, but he's literally one of the strongholds of love in music in Nigeria currently. And we have Tega Ethan, who I really really love his music. And then on film, we have romantic movies, which dominate movie and television scenes. Like, there are so many romantic movies. Rom-com is such a large genre, and looking even at love in a wider context, which is in like family, friendships, there are still so many films that talk about love centering around all these other concepts. And even outside the defined barriers of the genre, like, it's not even about love. You can see love stories in action films, in comedy films, in fantasy, and even in historical genres. Now, the Nigerian perspective. Before I go on, let's take a water break. And my water is not here. Anyways, this video is still probably sponsored by water. So, from the Nigerian perspective, love has been a subdued conversation, and that's one of the things that also inspired me to create this channel and to talk about it. I'm not saying that people don't talk about love in Nigeria. I feel like they don't talk about love enough here, because traditionally, a lot of cultures here, we believe that the expressions of love should be muted and conservative. So you can't compose. That's basically what they're saying. And overt signs of affection are usually frowned upon, especially publicly. Now, these conservative beliefs have changed over the years. They have evolved, but there's still a lot of restraint in the portrayal of love, especially outside of romantic relationships. At least in romantic relationships, it is understood that this is a relationship, so there should be a sign of affection. But for like non-romantic relationships, like with your family members and with your friends, people are like, why are you doing too much? What do you mean you love them? I mean, there are some people that they have never told their siblings they love them before. And if they tell their siblings looking at them like, I don't understand, it's awkward for me. Or their parents. So, that's to do with, I guess, the way the society has framed love to be here. Or it's not really a conversation people are very open to talking about. But we should be. And yeah, in the course of this channel, this is what we'll basically be doing, talking about love in every single way. If you've watched Love Attraction is basically one of my fundamental steps in that direction, and we're talking about love, like the phases of love. Okay, this is a brief side note. For Love Attraction, this series is supposed to be a 4-part series talking about the 4 phases of love, or what I believe to be my 4 phases of love, which is attraction, chemistry, intimacy, and heartbreak. Heartbreak is a very integral part of the love story, and I will stand on that. Now, I want to get the perspectives of young adults in my uni, but young adults that on these 4 aspects and how it has affected them, it has drawn them, and how basically what they think about it. It's just to build up the conversation about love. Just something. Anyways, but as I said, with the advancement of society and technology, and people are getting more open-minded here in Nigeria, so they're sort of more open talking about love. In our movie industry, we have so many stories about love, and it's no longer so much bordering on love for romantic purposes. There are so many shows about friendships, about families, and the funniest thing is that this is a familiar society here in Nigeria. We have family-centered societies here in Nigeria, so it's all about community and the rest. So it's great that we're able to show this in our media. Then I've even spoken about the music already and the infusion of love into, it's not even like contemporary artists that started this. Like years ago, decades ago, in high life, in any form of music that's come from this country, there are always instances of love portrayed within the lyrics. Who doesn't know Star Wars and iconic boy band and iconic love music? And that was the early 2000s. So there are still so many more examples that I could give. Now, the portrayals of love has even extended into literature, and I'm a big book girly, so I'm a big book girly, so it's very, very nice for me to be able to read about love, especially in works by Nigerian authors, because I'm also an aspiring writer. Yes, You know that person that was saying that, you know that one person that does everything. I was shading myself. But yeah, I'm an aspiring writer. I'm a writer. I don't write, so I am a writer. So it's still something, yeah, seeing expressions of love in books is motivating. It's like, yes, you people are doing what I want to do, so I'll do it too. So I can do it too. So yeah, stuff like that. Book recs for Nigerian perspectives on love. Popular Hibiscus should be your #1, followed by Love in Color, the short story series, short story collection. Another short story collection you can read Broken People's Playlist. And then you can also check out Honey and Spice. Then you can check that book. I'll put a bunch of other recommendations too in the box, description box. So, and if you have any recommendations, please feel free to comment it down below. You know, reading is about community, so recommend stuff for people to read too. Now, so what is the conclusion of this? We have seen philosophical takes, we have seen scientific takes, we've heard about modern pop culture, even the Nigerian perspective. So what exactly has all of this proven? It has proven that love is indeed a lasting topic that has been debated and pondered upon by so many people. All of the examples I've given in the course of this video, they're basically the tip of the iceberg, and there's still the iceberg that you're seeing, and there's still the one under that you can't even see. And it's such a very wide topic because there are so many people that have given so many opinions on this. So all of this has just proven that love is something that is such a continuous discussion. It inspires us, it motivates us, it brings out our curiosity, and we just need to discuss about it. And this ongoing debate about love, about what it is about why we need it, it just proves that love has such a lasting effect on human psyche, and it presents it as an issue that is woven into the very fabric of man. And scientifically, love is a cocktail of hormones. Our bodies are programmed, or our bodies are programmed for love. Like, we have body systems that are put in place in order to promote love. And love is also a biological drive. As I said, man is a social animal, is a social creature, and love plays such a big part in exhibiting the social nature of man. And the desire and fascination that we have seen from our own bodies, and even from wondering about the history of love, it has pushed us creatively to define love, to find it in art expressions, in films, in photography, in music, in mixed media, multimedia projects. And all of these have proven beyond reasonable doubt that love is indeed a part of the human experience. And that just basically proves my hypothesis. So, just to restate the hypothesis once more, so that in case you have forgotten, I'll say it again. The hypothesis is that love is an integral part of human existence. And yes, it is. I believe it is, and I think you know it is now. So, we have officially come to the end of this video. I've spoken. Never tried. Oh, sorry. The electricity providers tried, but I try harder. As the overtaker that I am, I try harder. Anyways, guys, I would be linking the articles that I used in coming up with the hypothesis in the description box. I would also be linking the hypothesis itself, which is already a typed out essay. I'll be linking that in the description box below, so you can go and give it a read if you want to. There are references there, so you can go and do more further reading. I also add some additional materials for further reading, some recommendations, and etc. If you have any question, please do not hesitate to ask me in the comment section below. And if you have any contribution, any opinions of love, ask me in the comment section below. Now, if you have any ideas or concepts that you would love me to do an hypothesis on, please feel free to comment on that in the comment section below. Once again, please like and subscribe to this channel. Please follow us on Instagram, our Instagram handle right here. Who is us? follow us. Yeah, it's us. Follow us on Instagram or follow me on. Follow us. Please, I don't know what. Follow us on Instagram handle right here, and please make sure to share to a friend. Tell a friend to tell a friend. You have that one friend that is a core romantist. That person is going to enjoy this video. Tell your friend to watch the video. And do not hesitate to ask any questions that you may have or just want to clarify something. As I said, the hypothesis is actually a form of, let's say, it's actually a deep research project to me. It's a form of academic literature in a way to me. So I would actually be willing to answer some academic questions or any question you may have in regards to theory of love. Please just take it easy on me, not too philosophical. And I may have to do research before I get back to you, but I definitely will get back to you. So reach out to me on Instagram or in the comment section below. And what else? Please be on a lookout for the next video. Should have a love chemistry is coming very, very soon. So expect that. And once again, and finally, like, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. This is Tare Overtakes the World. My name is Tare. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.